This is Newcap News.
While changes are coming to how motions are handled by City Council, prior to the amendments, each agenda item included a recommendation motion, which became the focus of Council's debate.
Well, the procedure bylaws just make totally good sense. We've all had to make motions that we're totally against, and we made a motion because it was the area of responsibility we were assigned. So you'd say, I'm not voting for this, but I'm going to bring forward the motion anyway. I think the procedure is just a normal function, the way it should operate.
Under the new procedure, reports will be presented by city directors with debate to follow prior to any motions being made. It will now be up to Council to determine the details of the motion. The amendments passed first and second reading during Monday's meeting, but failed to pass third reading due to a campaign promise from Councillor Jonathan Torzen.
When I was campaigning, one of the things I said that I'm really not a fan of is when we do first, second, and third reading all in one meeting, because it kind of takes away from the whole purpose of the process, which is to have a sober second thought look at laws. So I treat this the same as you would treat anything else.
I understand, and I agree with him. I have no problem with his position, and he stuck to his principles, and that's what I hope you're going to see with Council.
The amendments to the procedural bylaw will be brought back to Council on December 12th with a full rewrite of procedures expected in the spring. Bonnyville RCMP continued to look for a suspect involved in a shooting and theft of a truck on November 9th. A female youth was arrested on November 15th in connection with the theft and shooting. She's facing 9 charges and will appear in court in December. And Cashton Larondel was arrested by Edmonton police last night, where he remains in custody. RCMP are still looking for Aaron Christopher Watt. He is wanted on 9 charges, including attempted murder, theft of a motor vehicle, and possession of a firearm without a license. Police say he may be driving the stolen black Ford F-350 with Alberta plate BMV 6628. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. The latest Emergency Management Stakeholder meeting featured guest speaker Inspector Mark Hancock from Wood Buffalo's RCMP detachment. The presentation was focused on processes used during the Fort McMurray wildfire. He says some of the keys were communication between crews and having the Emergency Operations Center set up early.
In a way, we're very lucky, but also we got those contingency plans in place quickly and set up an incident command type of situation as best we could with the chaos that was going on.
Lloydminster Emergency Management Coordinator Ann Danielson echoed the importance of communication, particularly with neighboring communities.
If we get into a situation like the Fort McMurray fires or like the flooding in Calgary, where the situation was lasting, over a span of several weeks or months, we're going to have to look to our partners to help us with personnel and resources and things like that.
Other discussion topics included prepping first responders and encouraging residents to have their own emergency kits ready. Well, local talents are getting ready to hit the stage in February for the Vic Juba Rising Star competition. From the live auditions, the show's finalists have been chosen.
What are you gonna do now?
Organizers say there was a lot of different talent to choose from.
It was fascinating. We had a young violin player, we had a young piano player, lots of different dancers, some really unique dance, and a real good variety of vocal styles.
The 10 finalists include 5 singers, 2 bands, 2 dancers, and 1 piano player. And Kraft says there's a lot of work to do before the show.
You've got to plan your show, and you've got to work with the stage effects that you have to give everybody a unique presentation, and that's going to be probably the biggest challenge.
The final takes place February 2nd with a broadcast of the auditions and show later that month. Well, the annual Christmas Expo and Craft Fair gets underway this weekend at the Lloydex, and the Vic Juba has a great show lined up for tomorrow. Heather Klages has the details in this week's What's Happening.
This weekend is a weekend that so many people look forward to kickstart that Christmas shopping as the annual Christmas Expo and Christmas Craft Fair is underway at the Lloyd X grounds. So many different booths, so many different vendors for you to stop by and see, and a wide variety of items, crafts, home-based businesses. There's also going to be guns, antiques, a whole lot of great items for you to check out at the Lloyd X grounds. It's underway tomorrow from 10 until 6 and then again Sunday from 10 until 4. The Vic Juba Community Theatre is a busy place these days, and coming up tomorrow night, you've got a chance to see a great show. Andre Philippe Gagnon, the man of 1,000 voices, will take over the stage at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. And while you're there, get tickets for a great show that's coming up this Tuesday night, the Sultans of String with their Christmas Fiesta. A few Celtic reels, a little bit of gypsy jazz, a whole lot of great music to help get you in the Christmas spirit at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. We want you to start your weekend off by winning. We want you to win a copy of Tim Hicks' brand new album, Shake These Walls. It includes his huge hit, Stompin' Ground. It's really easy for you to get in to win. Just send an email with your name and daytime phone number to tvcontests@newcap.ca. We want to say thanks to John at Universal Music Canada for setting us up with the music. As we get closer and closer to Christmas, you're going to start to see Santa Claus pop up more and more. Saturday, December the 3rd, he'll be downtown Lloydminster for Here Comes Santa Claus. And coming up on Thursday night, you've got a chance to take the kids out to Agland for a free visit with Santa. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Clegus, and that's what's happening.
The Bobcats are facing off tonight against the Canmore Eagles. The guys are trying to push through a low point in this season, but with a spike in injuries, it hasn't gotten any easier. Bailey Nitty joins us from the Civic Center alongside Captain Connor Odeline. Bailey.
Thanks, Nicole. I'm here with Connor Odeline, captain of the Bobcats. Connor, you have two big games coming up, one tonight, one tomorrow night. What do you guys need to do to stay optimistic and get these two wins?
Basically just bear down and do all the little things right. I mean, we've had some success doing things, and we've had good games and lost, and maybe not so good games and pulled wins out, but I'd say when it comes down to it, it's just being prepared and coming to the rink and making sure we're ready to go mentally.
So as the captain of the team, with your injury, you haven't been able to contribute on the ice. How hard is it to sit in the stands and watch the team kind of struggle?
Yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, mentally, you sit up there, and if the team does good, you think, well, maybe, you don't need you, but then you sit up there and they do bad, or, they don't get the wins that they need, and all you can think is, I should be doing something about it, but, you can't, and, it's frustrating, but it pushes you to get a little bit better and hopefully go better with the recovery, so.
So hopefully soon you'll be back on the ice. Speaking on that recovery, how is it going? What have you been doing to get better, and when can we expect to see you back?
I said I don't really have much of a timeline right now, but I've started skating again and slowly getting better with it. I mean, basically it was just a lot of rest and ice, and it's about it. So yeah, just slowly, but no timeline yet for the return.
Well, good luck tonight, and hopefully we see you back soon. Puck drops tonight, 7:30, and tomorrow again, 7:30 against the Calgary Canucks, who are top two in the South Division here at the Civic Center. Back to you, Nicole, in the studio.